Hi, welcome to my 21st century cabinet of curiosities. First, I want to introduce you to my two everyday companions, Anna Rexia with her pet dog Bone and Alec O'Shea. Anna here came from the best little nursing school in Texas and was a birthday present for my wife. Alec, on the other hand, is from Atlanta. She's been with us for about 20 years now. And if you ask her nicely, believe it or not, she will actually strip and show you her guts.
I must confess to you, I am a compulsive collector, but not of one precise thing. I don't know what I collect until I see it. The more unusual, the better. I have gathered many things over the last 40 years. Some were used in my drawings, in my paintings, in my photographs. Others, I just had to have. No rhyme or reason. You will find a lot of strange things around here with Anna and Alec. From fossilized dinosaur dung to elephant teeth and wooden legs. Let me just show you some of my stuff. This is an interesting little item I found on eBay. It is a nice little box, probably from the turn of the century, with a nice clasp on it and brass hinges too. Well, it is called a Caponizing kit. Now, what the hell is that? Caponizing, that sounds like a word in a spelling bee. Caponizing, C-A-P-O-N-I-Z-I-N-G, Caponizing. Well, if you open it, you will find in there what looks like some kind of surgical kit. There is a pair of tweezers that at the other hand have a very sharp scalpel. And then there's what looks like some kind of clamp made to hold something, obviously. And then there's this thing here that has a very sharp hook on one end, and at the other hand has some kind of cup with a slot in it. And then finally there's a piece of string with two hooks. Now, do you know what caponizing means? Probably not. It is pretty much a lost art today. Well, caponizing comes from the word capon, chapon in French. And as you may or may not know, a capon is basically a castrated chicken that gets real fat and gets real juicy and real tender and tastes real good. So, in order to produce those capons, if there's a demand for it, the American farmer is going to have to order from Sears and Roebuck or somewhere a caponizing kit and start castrating away his chicken. Now, I'm curious, how do you go about this? I'm kind of puzzled too. Have you ever noticed testicles on your roasted chicken? Or for that matter on your family Thanksgiving turkey? Well, I know Middle America is rather bashful about sexual organs, and you certainly don't find mountain oysters at your local supermarket, and neither do you find other delicious body parts like brains, tongue, kidneys, and all that good stuff we French folks like. Let's look into this. Now, here I have one of your standard dead chicken from the Piggly Wiggly. I'm assuming the sexual organs are, like yours or mine, right in front of the anus, around here. And I didn't see anything. Even with a magnifying glass, I don't see a thing. Now, could this be a malformed chicken? Very well. I came prepared. Here I have a backup chicken. And I swear, even with a magnifying glass, I don't see a thing. Why don't we ask Mr. Google? Okay, I'm back. Well, I learned a few things. As it turns out, chicken testicles are located inside the body, which makes it very difficult to determine whether it's a boy or a girl. Now, sexing chicken, as it's called, is a highly specialized trade. and a fairly recent one at that. The Japanese only figured it out in the early 30s, and we actually had to bring Japanese over to show us how to do it. Yes, we would eventually put a man on the moon, but we couldn't figure out that one by ourselves. The technique is quite interesting. Supposedly, you can tell by looking up their butt. Well, actually, it's properly called a cloaca. Yes, another one of those spelling bee words, cloaca. C-L-O-A-C-A, cloaca. What you do is turn their cloaca inside out and squeeze the chicken shit out so you can see something, and then you're supposed to be looking for a bump. Male chickens have a bump in their cloaca. The catch is that some female chickens have a bump too, but much, much smaller. That's only fair. The bad thing about it is that they do that to baby chicken when they are only 1 day old. How lucky can we be? The good thing, though, is that they wait until baby chicken are about 2 months old to emasculate them. By the way, how old are human babies when we circumcise them? Well, let's see if we can figure out if this bird was a boy or a girl. Now I'm looking up the cloaca, I'm turning it inside out, no shit in there, it's a really clean bird, and then I'm looking carefully. There is no bump, must be a girl. Well, let's assume for a minute it was a boy. How would we go about castrating it? Well, I did a search on the internet and came up with the original CS&R instruction book for their caponizing kit. 7 whole pages. This is no joke, and I did read them. Now they recommend practicing first on a dead bird, which seemed like a good idea before you start major surgery on a live bird with no anesthesia. I'm back. We are now in the operating room ready to perform surgery. Now, following instructions, I tied the wings together and I tied the feet together, and we're supposed to use this piece of string with hooks to hang 2 bricks and hold the chicken down. Now, instructions say, pull the skin tight toward the back and make an incision between the last 2 ribs. Here we go. All right. Now it says use the spreader, so that's what it was. Use the spreader to hold the incision open. And then it says punch a hole in the membrane that holds the gut. Here we go. Now the testicle is supposed to be right here next to the kidney. And you are supposed to scoop it up with this thing and then twist and twist and twist until the cord breaks off. The problem is, this chicken doesn't have testicles. They have already been removed. I guess it was a capon all along. You know, I wonder if what they sell us as chicken at the supermarket might not be capons after all. They just don't tell us.